keeps going on, and the melody of my escape, vibration of my soul, it sends me to the peak, without no regret. You got no love, without no love. You got no regret, without no regret. You got no love. A melody where I belong in this life. empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League, and we're here for a really exciting show. It's Christmas Eve, guys. We have finally got there. We have survived another year almost. You haven't got long left of 2021. And we have finally made it. So congratulations to all that have made it this far. But I thought, as it's Christmas Eve, we'll do something a little bit different, a little bit fun. We might have the club shows on later today. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I'll ask some people, see if anyone's free. But now we're gonna judge. We are gonna judge some managers, and we're gonna give them a report card. We're gonna see which managers have done the best job and which manager needs to go and do their homework. And we're doing all of them. That includes Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That includes that Watford guy that I don't know his name of. We're doing them all. We are doing all of them. So we're going to have a great fun today. Get involved in the comments. Let me know where you think. We're going to rank them A, B, C, D, F. Actually, that's E, because I missed out E, haven't I? I did it in a rush, if I'm being honest. So there we go. I'll just change that so you can't see it. Yeah, but I'll just change that now so you can. There you go. Problem solved. So yeah, we're going to judge them from A, B, C, D, and E. If you get an E, you're screwed. That is basically the way. It's the old school rankings. None of this numbers shit. I don't know numbers crap. Cop says, yes, now, exciting show. And Merry Christmas to you all, as it is less than 24 hours till the special day. It is only less than 24 hours now. Merry Christmas to Lewis as well. Include that, actually. Merry Christmas to everyone. Big up to DC in the chat. The intro was, I'm not playing the intro every single show, don't worry. Today, my computer was messing around. Instead of having everyone in the comments going, where's Niall? Where's Niall? I thought I'd just play a thing, and there you go. Sorted, problem solved. Also, it does give more people time to join and all of that. But yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. You too, Tyler. Get well soon. Get well soon. Banging OG song. It is. And lovely beat drop. Getting better. Perfect. Selling salary on my FPL. That must be a big time. I'm not one who enjoys who's always in the Christmas spirit, as you can tell. But Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope you have a good day. Lots of Merry Christmases. Ollie right at the top. Absolutely. But here we are. And then I'll open our lines and you can move or whatever you want to do, have a chat, whatever. So let's start off, and we're going to do it in the order that the managers are in, because it's easier. And we're going to go for Marcelo Bielsa. Bielsa from Leeds United. And the thing with Bielsa is I feel sorry for the guy because, last season Leeds were fantastic. They had a great season. The rock and roll football that the pundits were jizzing themselves over. This season has not gone anywhere near that standard. Second season syndrome may have set in. Clubs may be a bit more alert to what Leeds United try and do. Bielsa, for me, has also gone a little bit more pragmatic, which I think has also caused a few issues within the Leeds camp, but also they've had a lot of injuries. So it's really difficult to judge Bielsa, but he's not been great, that's for sure. And I don't think Bielsa has been average. I think it's been quite a poor season for Marcelo Bielsa. But as we always know, for me, you have to judge on what you see, and Bielsa for me hasn't had a great season, and Tyler says we're basing it on just this season. So what they did this season, that's all we're judging them on. Nothing previously, so you can't take in Klopp's Champions League win or his title win. You can't take Rafa winning the Champions League or any of that. It's based on just this season. So for me, Bielsa, he's got to go down to D. He's getting a D. He requires improvement before the start of the second half of the season. He's going to need an improvement, whether that be transfers in January, whether that be he needs to change how he views things. He needs to change. Work needs to be done. Room for improvement. And it seems a lot of you are in the comments are agreeing. Cop saying Bielsa at D. No, he's worse, but Leeds have been pretty shit. Not the worst, he says. Bielsa D, says Emmanuel. Tyler says D as well. Lewis says, we basing people like Smith as Villa and Norwich, or just the current club? A bit of both is probably the fairest way. I like Bielsa. He sticks to his style, but also gone pragmatic, but they had to deal with key players out. So a D for me. It seems the consensus for Bielsa is a D. So next up on the list of fun is Jurgen Klopp, whose favourite time of the year is this time of the year, so he can moan his way through every press conference, including Pep Linders and his captain. They're all singing off the same hymn sheet nowadays, all off the same hymn sheet. But Jurgen Klopp, let's talk about Jurgen. How has Jurgen fared this season? Well, his team are currently second in the Premier League. They've not done too badly. They're in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. They excelled through their Champions League group quite easily. First team to do that, to win all 6 games. Jurgen's had a good season. Is there room for improvement? Yes, I think there is room for improvement. But I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put Jurgen in A, just because if you take everything into account, the Champions League, the Carabao Cup, and even the Premier League, I think they're 3 points off City, aren't they? And we all know that City are like a machine when it comes to the Premier League at the moment. They are a machine. Liverpool, I'm gonna put Jurgen in A, because his team are 3 points off City. They've got the same amount of goal difference. They're 3 points ahead of Chelsea. They're comfortably within the top four. They went undefeated and won every game in their Champions League group. They're in the Carabao Cup semi-final. So, I'm going to give Jurgen an A. I think Jurgen's had a very good season so far. Of course, there is room for improvement. And certainly, if we had an A star, he would still be an A. I don't think anyone's got an A star, but he certainly has had a very good season, I think. And look, time will tell. Obviously, we've still got half a season to play. In fact, we're about to do match day 19, obviously coming up. So we're about halfway through a season, and I think Jurgen's had a very good season. I think, of course, there's room for improvement, but do you know what? I think he'll be pleasantly surprised, and I think there is certainly room for that to improve. Cop says A, but then actually a B. Emmanuel says A, B. Chris says A for Klopp. Lewis and Tyler says a B. Crazy how Liverpool have only had one loss this season. Again, that just for me really puts him in an A. Still improvements for me within the team lineups he sometimes goes with. Yeah, but ultimately he's got the results, hasn't he? He's gone results on the table, boys. I've had a good season, I think. So you've got to take that into account as well. Least games lost this season than any manager. Indeed, he's had a very, very good season. Now we need to move over to the blue side of Liverpool, and we need to go to Rafa Benitez. Rafa Benitez, his team currently sits in 14th, so around that mid-table area. And we're doing the managers, not the club. So if I was to rank Everton on their performance, it would probably be a fucking E. But Rafa, I think, is completely different, because I also am going to take into the fact that he got back to Solomon Rondon, Damari Gray, and Andros Townsend. Therefore, what he is achieving without Dominic Calvert-Lewin, without a lot of top players, I think Rafa's had a good season. Not an excellent season. He's certainly not getting an A or a B. But I don't think he's been as bad as people make out. Everton, for me, clear of the drop zone by quite a mile. Obviously Burnley have got games in hand, of course, but they're 8 points currently ahead of Burnley in the drop zone. So relegation maybe seems to be a little bit fairer. He's performed for me better than Bielsa. In terms of Bielsa's had the likes of Rafinha and a few other key players, and Everton have had to play a lot of their youngsters. So for me, I think if we're going to be fair to Rafa, I think a C for Rafa. He's not getting a D. He's not getting an E. Rafa, for me, C. He's been average. He's been all right. I don't think he's been amazing, but I don't think he's been shit. So, slap bang in the middle for Rafa Benitez. I think he's done all right. He's had a tough job as well. I think a lot of people seem to forget how tough the job has been for Rafa. He's had to convince Everton fans to like him, and that's not going to be no easy job to do. And as I say, with the fact that half his players have been ill and they've had a lot of injuries and all that, I think they've done fairly well. And it would appear that seems to be, again, the consensus in the chat. Tyler says the other day could have cost us. The fans made him make them decisions. I think he'd have made them regardless, wouldn't he? Lewis and Tyler both saying D. Lewis quickly changes to a C. Emmanuel goes for a C. Cop goes for a C, as does Chris. Tyler changes to a C. And morning to Riley. Morning, Riley. Hope you are well. But yeah, Rafa for me, I think a C. I think that's pretty fair for him. Now we move on to Antonio Conte. And I think Conte has done a brilliant job so far. He's got knocked out of the Conference League, which I don't know if that was by choice or what. He probably did want to play it because he probably thinks he could have won that. But he's sort of done very well in the league. They're they're got 2 games in hand, 3 games in hand over Arsenal, and if they win all of those games, they could jump into the top 4. I think they'll be clear by like 2 or 3 points. They could also jump above United because they have a game in hand and only a point behind. They would also jump above West Ham as well. So Conte, he's come in, and since he's joined in, I think he's done well. He's taken Tottenham from one of the worst pressing teams, one of the worst fitness teams, really, under Nuno, to one of the best in terms of pressing, in terms of actual running. So I think he's made a very, very big difference very, very quickly, and he's made that top 4 fight quite interesting, because, to be fair, for me, the top 4 fight is between Arsenal, Spurs, United, West Ham. That is the top 4 fight for me. The other 3 will get Europa League or Conference League. So it's a tough fight. I think United should excel and get in there. If Chelsea don't buck up their ideas pretty pronto, they could also get dragged in into a top 4 battle as well, and that would be 5 teams for 2 spots in the top 4. So that could be a really exciting and interesting season or end of season for me, and I can't wait to cover that. That's going to be absolutely brilliant. It's going to be a madness. You'd expect United to get into that top 4 and be quite comfortable with the team they have, but West Ham are looking decent, Arsenal are looking good, Spurs looking good under Conte, and Chelsea can't score to save their lives, and they couldn't hit a barn door. It took an own goal and a penalty against Brentford. I know they rotated, but Jesus, come on, you've got to do better. But for me, Antonio Conte, I'm giving him an A. I mean, if we're judging this off, what we've seen so far, you can't disagree. You have to give Conte an A. He's been absolutely amazing. So Conte for an A for me. A for me. No one's given him an A, I don't think. Doubt doesn't usually take the League Cup seriously. We didn't bring on Salah, did he? He brought on like Jota and Milner. I think he would have gone for it. B says Emmanuel. Tyler also says B. Well, UEFA technically kicked them out of, as they said, they forfeited. Sorry if it wasn't. Well, no, I know that, but Conte, I can't imagine would have been crying his eyes out that he didn't get them done. I'm sure he wasn't crying. B says Riley and Lewis. Merry Christmas to Jacob. And A for Conte. A for Conte. Chris agreeing with me. Conte has been magnificent. His Italian mindset has come in, and I don't like the Italians too much, but even I can appreciate Antonio Conte's terrorism football. And they've got Chelsea in the League Cup semi-final, who can't score to save their lives. This is interesting. Sacked managers on here. This is going to be a load of fun. Indeed, you can already see Mr. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just standing proudly next to Thomas Tuchel. Very, very proud there. Tottenham going under the radar under him. I don't think they are. I think they're just doing a really good job. And once the games are leveled out really, and evened between the teams, you'll start to see people take Tottenham maybe a little more seriously under Antonio Conte. You can also see Nuno's chilling, and Daniel Farke. Some E's maybe coming in. Just in the Prem, Conte is an A. He's also got Spurs to a semi-final of the League Cup as well. So, you can also base it off that. But we will base it off all competitions. And now we move over to Pep Guardiola. Top of the Premier League, knocked out by West Ham in the League Cup. Lost a game, drew a couple of games in the Champions League. I mean, this hasn't been plain sailing for Pep. This really hasn't been plain sailing. Their league form is impeccable. They've lost 2, drawn 2, won 114, which is better than Liverpool's 112, drawn 5, lost 1. For me, being knocked out of the League Cup so early in the competition that is named the Manchester City League Cup is unacceptable. Their Champions League group was not great. So I a lot of you are going for A. A lot of you are going for A, but I'm not convinced. Sorry, Pep. I'm giving you a B. Pep's get a B because with the team he has, should always be in the League Cup for semi-finals. He should be there. Unacceptable, really, that he wasn't there. Now they're top of the league, though. That's wonderful. Congratulations. Does he want a medal? You don't win the title after 18 games. I don't think Pep and City have been the machine that everyone thinks they are. Don't think they've been quite good enough. West Ham, though, they stunned loads of teams. West Ham went a little rotated as well. This was a rotated West Ham. They played Mark Noble. When you play Mark Noble, that is rotation. A lot of it. So I'm not hearing it. I'm giving Pep a B and he gets a B. Boys, this has to be done. Pep was not good enough and he needs to improve. He needs to improve before FA Cup season starts as well. And all of that. But yeah, all of you giving him an A. Kenny, Cop, Emmanuel, Tyler, Wiley, Lewis. I mean, everyone's just giving him an A. Everyone's giving him an A. Chris says, I meant some people not talking about them much. That is true. That's similar with Wolves. They are in the form of their life. They may well be, but they've also had some blips. A for Pep, says Chris. Well, I'm going to politely disagree with this. But for me, being knocked out the Carabao Cup, that has probably knocked him down to a B. In the Manchester City Carabao Cup, it has to be done. Kenny's happy, though, that Pep's got a B because he's a United fan. He knows there's no chance that any of his managers are getting above a B. That's for sure. But moving on to Brendan Rodgers, he's at Leicester, obviously, as we know, knocked out the Europa League, did abysmally in the Europa League, absolutely shocking. They're currently sitting 9th in the league. And I know that obviously Fofana, and I know that Johnny Evans had spent quite a bit of time out. Still no real excuse for him not doing as well. So you can't really give him an A or a B because he hasn't really excelled, has he? I mean, it's not great for him. They're sitting 9th. The chances of Europe for them is pretty darn low. They might be able to snatch it, but they're going to have to put on some really good form. And when they've been in Europe, they haven't really been amazing. So Brendan Rodgers, it's a tough one, you know. It is a tough one. Obviously battered United. But I can't give Brendan more than a C. I just cannot give him more than a C. And I think even that's being a bit nice. I think I'm in an R in between these two, if I'm being honest. But I am going to go for it's one of these two. And I am going to give him a C because he has had some injuries. He's had a few injuries, as I say. Fofana was injured and that. If Carrick ain't on here, we can't get any managers above a C. Carrick is not on here. Just didn't want to break your heart, but there's no Carrick. You have got that Watford guy who I don't know his name. So yeah, you know. That's the manager list you've got. So it seems the consensus is a C. Emmanuel for Pep's very much an A. And CVG apparently an A as well. We'll get to Stevie G in a bit, but okay, we can politely disagree on that. Excellent. C from Lewis, Tyler, and Riley. C also for Chris. Kenny says a D. Cop says a C. In fact, you could argue Rodgers is an E out of the Europa League Cup and he's struggling in the Prem. Well, you know, 9th. Not too bad. Now, though, it's unacceptable to get 3rd in that Europa League group. I know. Why is Pep a B? Because he was knocked out of the Manchester City Carabao Cup. That's why. Actually, Kenny has convinced me a D for Rodgers. Yeah. You have convinced me, Kenny. You have convinced me, Kenneth. You have. But yeah, Pep, because he was knocked out the Carabao Cup and he didn't do very well in the Champions League. He's not as bad as Bielsa though. Nah, I don't know. That Europa League, mate. That Europa League was a joke. That Europa League was a joke. But let's move on. Let's move on to Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe has come in, not really done much to improve Newcastle. They've looked a little bit better, but they're still getting battered. I don't know. Eddie is a weird one. So as I think about Eddie, Brandon says, is he top of the Liga? He is, but we're basing it off all competitions, Brandon. All comps, because I put Jurgen's Champions League run in there. I put Conte's League Cup. I did all of that. So, I have to be fair, and I've knocked Brendan down to a D because of his Europa League. So, I think that's fair to put Pep in B. And for me, for Eddie Howe, I am going to give Eddie. I'm gonna be nice-ish and give him a D. It could be an E, but we're not going to give him an E. They've won one game since Eddie came in. That was against Burnley. So, they haven't looked great. Nothing's really changed. I watched them actually against Norwich, and I thought they looked appalling, to be honest. How Norwich didn't win that game, I'll never know. But, I thought Brandon had a fantastic game at Norwich. I'm gonna give Eddie a D. He gets a D. Double D's for Eddie Howe. He'll love double D's. Cop says a D. Brandon says an E. Tyler and Riley say D. Kenny is saying C. I can see that now. Yeah, I can see that now. Yeah, it's not been great from Eddie Howe, and he is still in a Bournemouth shirt because the Premier League haven't updated. And now we do Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel. In the Carabao Cup semi-final, Emmanuel says Newcastle look more lively up front. They do, but they still haven't done much. Oh yeah, dead game. I can't remember. That was not a dead game. I enjoyed. I think it's because Brandon Williams had like a world-class performance, so I always remember it. But Thomas Tuchel, he's out of he got second in the Champions League group. He's into the Carabao Cup and he's third in the league. But boy, oh boy, they are on poor form. Thomas Tuchel. Everyone talked about Thomas Tuchel, running away with the league, and this was going to be easy, fine dining. No one's going to catch him. They're going to do the treble. Thomas Tuchel's going to get his dick out whilst he's fucking, Susan Boyle whilst holding 3 cups. Chelsea fans are absolutely disgraceful in the summer, and they did need a good humbling. Also, if I hope my mods are dealing with these bots because they're doing my head in now. Lots of bots coming in, and most of them are very inappropriate. So for me, Thomas Tuchel, he can't get anything above a C. He can't get above a C. How can you give him more than a C? He's second in his Champions League group behind Juventus, for goodness sake. I mean, that's a joke in itself. They're third in the league and out of the title race for me. He's not even got Lukaku playing anything that you can clearly resemble football. Defensively, they now start to look a bit of a shambles. I mean, the whole thing seems to be falling apart, and he could improve, but I think it's been quite a poor season for Thomas Tuchel. Let's see if the chat agree with me. A for Lewis. Are you joking? Are you on crack cocaine? You actually are on crack cocaine. Brandon says C. Tyler says C. Tuchel drops to a B, C for me. B. I'm actually going to say C. Actually B, C, D, C and D, C and C. I could hear that. I can, but not being great for Thomas Tuchel. And next up, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This one's the easiest one of all of them. I mean, come on. Ole can't get anything other than an E. He got fired. He got battered by Watford, battered by Liverpool, battered by City, battered by every team that they played against. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can't have above an E. He can't. Ole was shit. Ole was look. Ole was great in terms of banter. He was great last season, but my lord, he was shit. He was shocking, and everyone apart from Cop agrees. Cop saying he's an A. I mean, no, you can't. He got fired. He literally got sacked. Ay, Columba. I mean, Ollie can't have an A. Ollie gets battered everywhere he goes. It's his wife battering him, I think. But no, in all seriousness, Ollie was atrocious this season, and he can't have anywhere near anywhere near a D. He has to have an E. He was shit. Let's move on. Let's do Dean Smith. For me, Ollie's at the wheel. Ollie was just shit. It's true. Dean Smith, though, why did Man U get him? Did he used to manage Cardiff? Well, they got him because he used to be a player, didn't they? He used to be a player, so you know, man should retire. Nah, I think he just needs to find his level. United is not that level. Dean Smith, for me, Villa, he was unfortunate. I think is the fairest way I say that, because I thought, you know, it was very difficult for him, wasn't it? In terms of the whole situation. It was really difficult for him. But I think he's gone to Norwich and he's made them much better. Much better. I mean, I only had the one win under him, which was start of the season, but you know, they've not started. They've definitely sharpened up defensively. They're brilliant defensively. He's rejuvenated Brandon Williams and Billy Gilmore. I think they really do look good in this system. Max Aarons is looking good as well. So look, I think Norwich is always the really difficult job of keeping them up. And I think if we didn't have the expectation of Norwich staying in the league, can't we judge him on staying in the league? But for me, the style of play, I can see it. He's massively improved. The defense, which was, might I add, they are on minus 26 goal difference. Most of that coming from Daniel Farke. So for me, Dean has done a really good job. So I'm going to give Dean a C. Dino gets a C. If, and I say if being very clear, they can get a clinical striker up top, they stay in this league. They do. But they need to get that clinical striker. But do you know what? Dino gets a C. He gets a C for me. 100%. Villa, he was poor. He also lost Grealish. A D says Tyler and Lewis. Villa was poor. D. He's done big things for Villa too. Smith, a DE, but I'm going to be nice and say D. He made them better. They just can't finish. I know he has made them a lot better, a lot better. A C says Chris. No, 100% Tyler. I thank him for everything he did for us. But this season, look, yes, it was going to be hard without Grealish, but we bought some half decent replacements. That is true. But I'm going to politely, disagree completely. So yeah, he is going down. Well, he may do, he may not. Daishi, we'll just put him there, won't we? We'll just put Daishi in C, shall we? Because, man's not done anything exceptional yet at Burnley, but Burnley they plod along, picking up draws and the occasional win, and normally keeps teams up. So, Smith, right man for Daishi, even if they go down, 100%. But yeah, look, Daishi, this can't be anything but a C, can it? It's just Daishi. They've just released the AFCON. Mane, Mendy, and Sarr have been called up for Senegal. So Mane about to say goodbye to Liverpool for a month and a bit. Baba Mane. But yeah, C for Dyche. Riley disagrees and says a D. That's a bit rude. Why is it a D for Dyche? He's going to knock you out, mate. Dyche is coming to your house to knock you out. And then he's going to nick a pint and a bag of pork scratchings. Next up, Nuno. We'll just put Nuno there, won't we? We'll just put Nuno in the loser's corner with Ollie. What more do you want? In fact, actually, he's a bit more different, actually, because he was sacked probably unfairly. Although we can probably save time and we'll put Boosie there as well. Esteemed company in the group of E. Esteemed company. But let's move on. Let's talk about Thomas Frank, because I think Thomas Frank's time has been quite an interesting one for me. A really interesting sort of season for Thomas Frank. 5 wins, 5 draws, 6 losses. Done very well. Done well. Because Dyche loves the D. Ouch. Good morning to Dylan and happy Christmas. Merry Christmas. A B, everyone seems to be saying B for Thomas Frank. And I'm going to agree with you. I am going to agree. I think Thomas Frank's had a brilliant season so far for Brentford. What would have made it an A? I don't know. What would have made it an A? I think some games they've been quite poor, but some they've been amazing. I felt sorry for Bruce, but again, an E. Yeah, it has to be an E for Brucey. I felt sorry for Nuno, but E for me. B says Wiley, B says Tyler and Kenny and Emmanuel. Merry Christmas soon indeed, Dylan. B for Thomas Frank, Brentford. Joy to watch. They have been great, and I think a B is fair. Daniel Farker can also join the esteemed group of failed managers. Congratulations. Patrick Vieira, Crystal Palace. I'm going to give him an A, and I'll explain why before you lot start wetting your pants. When he first came to the Premier League, no one expected him to do well. Everyone expected him to fail. Crystal Palace was the job that is very difficult. Lots of changes happened. Obviously, a lot of the old guard left. When Roy Hodgson left, he brought in new players. Conor Gallagher has looked absolutely incredible under Patrick Vieira. Defensively, they've not been too bad. He's been unlucky, possibly potentially a bit naive for me, but I'm going to give him an A. He's come in and done bits. And I look at the player development under Patrick Vieira. It's been incredible. And I think Patrick deserves an A, more than Pep, which might get a bit interesting. Now we move over to Graham Potter. A is too much, mate. Oh, well, it's my opinion, but I hear you. Tyler says A. A lot of people going B. Wiley and Cop go B. Kenny goes B. A what? Says Brandon. A what? He's done well. I agree. A for Vieira. Chris agrees with me. Patrick B. B says Dylan as well. And I think Lewis may have given him a C, which is a bit rude. C for Potter. BC. Yeah, I mean, they started the season off so well, didn't they? They win the Champions League spots, and he had to get a little history lesson on Brighton. But they haven't won in a long time. So, I have to put Graham there. But again, I think all he needs is a clinical striker, and his team would start, really smashing it. So for me, this is really unfair on Graham. But I'm going to give him a C. C. Graham has to get a B max. Last couple of months he's been really poor, struggling to win. I agree. Chris says C for Potter. Gerard A easy. Potter C says Kenny. E for the new manager. That's fair. But now we talk about Stevie G. And we'll see which ones have got Liverpool biased already, and Tyler's already there. Do you know what? I'm gonna give Stephen a B, and the reason for that is Dylan says B as well. I'm going to give him a B, and the reason for this is simple. He lost to Liverpool. No, I'm joking. They've looked good. They've looked good. But I also look at games against Norwich, and I thought Stephen should have done better. Not even he's literally lost to City and Liverpool, which is expected. It's unacceptable losing to City and Liverpool. They're easy teams to beat. If you played against Argyle, we'd smash both of you. But for me, Stephen Gerrard a B. I think he's been good, very good. And he's got that team working, but I do think that there is certainly a lot more that can be done for sure. Defense, we look much better. That midfield looks unreal. Now help Nakamba and McGinn. So much shame about Nakamba injury and attack. We look better. No, I would. You do look better. You do absolutely, but I don't think he's an A. No way. Not yet. Not yet. We give City a good game, definitely in the second half. True. May Christmas Eve. Big up, Chris. It's silly and pathetic some Liverpool fans supporting Villa because Stephen Gerrard is there. I couldn't give a crap. Brutal. Should have got something against it. Yeah, probably. Now let's move on to Mikel Arteta, shall we? Shall we talk about Mikel Arteta? Arteta, I'm gonna... Where are we putting Mikel Arteta? I'm gonna give him an A. It's Christmas, guys. Arteta has done well. He's done well. No Europe, obviously, but this is this season. This is this season. How is Conte A and Gerrard B? Because Conte, I feel, has done better. Arteta, please, can we agree on a B? We cannot. We have to put him in A. They are currently sitting fourth. A huge turnaround for Arsenal. Done an amazing job in the Carabao Cup semi-final as well. He's got that attack looking really good. Really good. For me, he's got Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Saka, Lacazette, all firing. Goals are coming. It's a really good feel good factor. Will it be an A by the end of the season? Probably not. Arsenal have looked amazing. You can't deny this. You cannot deny. Mikel Arteta has turned it around for Arsenal. Will they do it at the end? We don't know. Still had a horrible start to the season, though. They did. But, that's why he probably gets an A for the turnaround. And the bravery, I think he's been very brave in terms of dropping Lacazette and all of that. Dropping him, removing the captaincy. These are brave decisions, and he's done a very good job. And I agree, Lewis. They do look better without Aubameyang, for sure. Riley says, I agree, they were shit at the start of the season. Now, in my F1 career mode, Mercedes will replace Bottas with Latifi. That's fucking hilarious. Lewis wouldn't allow that. A for Arteta, says Chris, just for turnaround. Big up to Latifi, indeed. The man who some would say cost Lewis the title. He did, but he didn't do it on purpose. I agree with Lewis, says Brandon. Now we need to talk about the Wolves manager, Bruno Lage. And Bruno has done a very good job. A very, very good job. I think he's been unfortunate. Probably should have beat Chelsea, which would have put them above United. Even though they have played more games, but they would be currently sitting sixth, which would be an incredible situation for them. But Bruno, I'm going to give Bruno an A. It's the season to be jolly, guys. This is the season to be jolly. Let's give Bruno an A. He's been amazing. He has been incredible. He's had a great season so far. Will he be an A by the end of the season? Probably not. Do I expect that at the end of the season, when I come to do these again, there'll be some changes? Most probably. Yeah. A for the real Bruno. Ouch. Hamilton fanboys giving Latifi social media abuse, which is disgusting. That is, I agree. But let's roll through these. Disco. It's Disco. I have no idea what his name is, but it's Party for Disco. I'm going to give him a D. He shouldn't have been sacked in the first place. Yeah. Cop says, I never thought I'd like a Bruno. When will there be one of these tier lists for players? Maybe we'll do it for certain players. I'm not about to go get every single player. That'll probably be tonight, actually. We'll probably do that tonight. But I'm not about to go get every single player on the humanity in the Premier League. But I will pick maybe 5 or 6 from each team and do it that way. But that one we'll certainly see. Yeah, I'm going to give the Disco manager Cisco. There we go. Cisco. I know it was Disco. The Cisco, Hashi sacked, yeah, I'd say a D for him. He shouldn't have been sacked. I thought he was doing an alright job. Ralph Hassan Hotel, 15th. I think we can just give him a C, can't we? He's done all right. He's got no Danny Ings. No, not every player. Yeah. I'll pick 5 or 6 from each team and do it that way. Quite weird seeing Pep below the managers on A. It is. It was a harsh sacking, but his style was underwhelming. Maybe. Kenny more like Jenny, but yeah, Kenny, you need to apologize. So yeah, I'm not fighting with you, but you need to apologize. I mean, Chris, don't start that shit again, or I will just time you out. Do I make myself clear? Don't start that shit, or you will just get timed out. I'll body the shit out of you out of here. So yeah, don't start that shit again. I cannot be bothered. The chat is actually moving really well. I'm enjoying the chat today. It's actually, for once, normal. So don't bring that shit back in here. C for Hassan Hootel, they miss goal scorer. Yeah, I think they do. Armstrong is a good replacement for Ings, very similar players. That is true. But it's not Danny Ings, so is it? Not Danny Ings. Danny Ings was not key. Well, he was key, but you know, Armstrong's done all right. He's done all right, but you know, I think that's fair. Kenny, why are you so beautiful? Says Dylan. Ouch. Ralph. I am going to give Ralph a. I'm going to give him a C. I'm underwhelmed so far. I'm underwhelmed. For him not playing Mason Greenwood, it arguably should be here, but I'm going to be nice and put him in C. I'm underwhelmed. I am underwhelmed. I mean, against Palace, they look good all right. Actually, no. Scrap that. Boom. I'm underwhelmed. Massively underwhelmed, actually. I look at Conte and how quickly he's been able to implement a change. Nah. We're not doing this. I've been really underwhelmed by Ralph. Really underwhelmed. I thought he should be doing better. Okay, no, I'm going to be respectful then, but Kenny done wrong for making a laugh at my surname. But yeah, don't bring that shit in here. No, stupid agenda. It's not a stupid agenda. I've been underwhelmed, if I'm being honest. I look at how quickly Nuno was able to implement, not Nuno, Jesus, he was, how quickly Conte was able, and Steven Gerrard were able to implement systems, and Ralph just hasn't done it. And he's had 2 of the easiest games in the world, one against Palace and one against bloody Norwich. They've looked poor. They've looked really poor in both. So I'm actually going to give him an E, a D for sure. James Tucker's also getting a block. There we go. Sorted. Excellent. Claudio Ranieri, the Tinkerman. Merry Christmas now, not a problem. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. The Tinkerman, Pizza Man. I'm going to give Pizza Man a C. Give him a C. He's been all right. David Moyes. Ding, 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 ding. A. Timeouts flying everywhere. Who wants a timeout? But yeah, for Ranieri, I'm saying a C. And for David Moyes, I'm going to say a idiot. I don't know who's an idiot. If you're talking to me like that, that's just really rude. But what I'm going to do, MC Moyes indeed. What I'm going to, A for Moisey. What I've done is I put the link in the chat for anyone to come on and tell me, and you, if you want to come on and try and convince me why someone should be moved up or down, then come on and try and fight me. If you want someone moved up or down, you're going to have to convince me. Please reflect on the Pep decision. I have reflected, and I'm keeping him in a B. He shouldn't have lost that game. We got Tyler and we got Cop, who will talk in the private chat. Cop, make sure you just type in the normal group chat instead of private chat, so I can look at both easily. But Tyler, how are we doing, mate?
Yeah, all right. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I thought we'd change things up and have a little bit of fun, a little bit of controversy for the morning show today. But
Yeah.
what do you make of most? Well, what do you make of decisions? I mean, the bottom four is Ollie, Nuno, Brucey, and Daniel Fark. I think I've been unfair on Ollie. Really, it could potentially be an A. Really, I thought you.
No chance there. But yeah, no, I totally agree with the bottom four. There is some I do agree with, some I don't. I'm just looking at it now. Like Vieira, I hugely agree on that. Arteta made some of the A's for me, maybe B's. I'll get looking at it now. I will say Conte and Klopp A, because Conte hasn't done anything wrong yet, has he? Right. And Klopp, as you mentioned, with the Champions League, to be fair, 6 out of 6. Who really expected that with the group we had? You know, people saying group of death and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll give you that. For me, Moyes definitely an A. The Wolves one definitely an A. You know me, I already said Gerrard and Pep A. I think Thomas Frank in B is fair enough because Brentford have done very well. However, they have had results, like you said, where they could have done better, but they're doing very well for their first season, 100% ever in the Premier League as well. Rafa C, yeah, I think that's fair enough. Tuchel C, that's fair enough. Dean Smith C, yeah, I'd say a C or a D. Just it's one of them, innit? Graham Potter C, yeah, because they had a very good start, but now they're dropping off a little bit. Same with Ralph and Ranieri. Bielsa D. Rodgers. For me, I'd probably say a C for Rodgers, personally.
I'm just taking into account that Europa League group, if I'm being honest. I thought they were appalling.
Yeah, for me, I know what you're saying. For me, they just never really do well in Europe. It's just a Leicester thing. So
yeah, but that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse for me. Get better at Europe. They've got the players. In fact,
got the players.
I thought this was their best chance, actually, because they got the likes of Patson Daka come in, Samore come in. You know, they got that one who was at Fulham last year, Lookman. They brought in more depth. I expected much more from them in Europe than they, mustered up. I really was disappointed. I mean, can't lie. I mean, when you bring in Patson Daka to deputise for Jamie Vardy, and we all know that Patson Daka's a fantastic footballer. And when you bring in the likes of Samore and Lookman, I do expect more, and I just don't think they hit the stride at all. I thought they were appalling.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear that. But yeah, for me, it's just, I don't know, it's just not a surprise. And then I'd probably say D. The Watford one, it was harsh. Ralph, I'd probably go with a C personally on Ralph.
Oh, what? Wagnick?
Yeah. Like, I know the wins have not been, the most convincing, but they have been wins, and but I don't know. I can sort of see why you said D.
It's okay. Kenny might try and persuade me to move him up. You never know. Might convince
and then
me.
obviously the bottom four, I totally agree with all of them. I think you can't disagree with them four.
Can you even argue for any of them? Which out of all four of them, which would have the most convincing argument for getting a D? Which would get the most convincing? I'd argue Brucey.
For me, you probably
can't be.
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I was thinking Nuno, but now, because the Spurs fans
Yeah.
just didn't like him at all.
I'd say Steve Bruce. I think he's got the best chance of getting a D, but he's not going to get it, I don't think. Matt says, can't really grade Ralph. He's been in three games. He had the Champions League as well. But Conte's also had similar. He's not had hopefully many more games.
He's not had a lot of games.
You know, so to be fair. So yeah, but I've been underwhelmed by Ralph. I mean, how quickly Steven Gerrard was able to implement an idea and get Villa on the front foot, I expect more. I do. It's going to be tough for Ralph. And look, come the end of the season, Ralph might get a B. He might get an A. He might have won the Champions League, which gets him an A. He might have, might win a Champions League, win the FA Cup, get top four, and then United give him a contract, obviously, which would make a lot of sense. So for me, yeah, it's one of them, really. I think Ollie, most chance to get a D. Are you joking? Young boys game don't count. It does count. I liked what I saw. I didn't like what I saw from Lingard, though. I didn't like what I saw from Lingard. I don't think Ralph should be the permanent manager, but they will get someone like Ajax manager. Ollie needs an A. He's not going to win the Champions League. He will. I'm not saying, right, Brandon. You take my words literally. I'm not saying that Ralph is going to win the Champions League. I said if he wins the Champions League, he gets an A. I mean, if he does get an A. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be brutal, but if Ralph Rangnick takes this United side to the Champions League final and wins it, gets an A. The only other manager to have done that, there's two managers that have won United the Champions League. One is Sir Matt Busby and the other is Sir Alex Ferguson. Would it be classed as Sir Ralph Rangnick? You never know. Ralph could be watching now. Imagine. Who Man U got? I forgot. They got Atletico Madrid. So, they're also in poor form. But Kenny, convince me on Ralph. Come on. Go on. Convince me. Why should Ralph get a C, not a D?
Well. I think. I mean, he's only been in charge for what is it?
Yeah, of course.
I'm just starting this year with that. But first of all, I think he's only been in charge for 3 games, and with my criteria, he's won the 2 games. He's won the 2 games and drawn 1, but I don't really count it with that much personally. So Premier League, he's won the 2 games. Norwich may not be convincing. Palace was, but he's done the
Palace.
job.
Did you just say Palace was convincing?
Performance was convincing. The result wasn't. The performance
For 30 minutes, I agree. The performance for 30 minutes was impeccable. The last 60, nah, mate.
The last 60 wasn't that bad. But Ralph, I think
it took a moment of brilliance from Fred, from a pass from Greenwood to get that goal. But okay, I'm just saying. If that was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that would have been. If that was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that would have been like, look at Ralph, look at Ole getting saved by a moment of individual brilliance by Fred. Like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that. And that is true. That is true. By the way.
Well, you could see the same for Pep against Ole when he scored twice from one calamitous defensive just performance.
Would you like to talk about the Watford game for Ole and the Leeds game for Ole?
What do you mean the Leeds game?
Not Leeds, Watford.
Well, this is not an argument for Ole, okay? This is not an argument for Ole to get higher.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Ralph Rangnick, he's stable at he does. He's got the 2 wins really, and I think only 2 games. That's really what you can judge him on, and that's why I would give him personally a C. It wouldn't be a high C. But I would give him a C for now because personally, he's got the 2 wins in those league games, and right now you can't. That's what I'm going to judge him on. in February, maybe when he has or just when he has like 8 games that Conte has, then I can judge him. Maybe he gets a D, maybe he gets a C. Who knows? But for now, I think he's done the job in those 2 games. That's why I'm gonna say.
Can I say that was one of the worst convincing performances ever? Like, I mean, you sort of put me asleep halfway through that. I mean, yeah, Ragnick ain't moving. He ain't moving. Not after that. I mean,
Agenda.
I'm pretty sure Tyler would have given me more of a convincing performance than that. But let's go through some
Explanation is the word you're looking for.
Yes, that is the one. That is the one. DC says Stevie G and B disgraceful. Yeah, indeed. We will obliterate Atletico using our offensive methods, gegenpressing, and using an immense ball retention strategy to prevent an overload of dispossession from disgusting cheats such as Jimenez, and Koke. Lovely, lovely. He wants Haaland at Man U. Do you see that? I don't. No, I don't see Haaland to United. I don't think
I don't see it.
I think United have got their own generational talent. They probably ought to start trying to get more out of in terms of Mason Greenwood. I was actually watching Fan Forum on the United stand last night, and Beth actually made some really good points in terms of if you bring in Haaland, does that then start to impact Mason Greenwood's development? Where does Mason Greenwood fit in? Is Ralph going to continue with the 4-2-2-2? Who is going to be the manager next year? There are lots of questions. I just don't think Haaland is the right person for United. Look, he'll be there for 2-3 years. You'll probably stunted Mason Greenwood's growth to a point where he's actually not where he's meant to be. Rashford is probably going to be sold if you bring in Haaland. So I think United need to be quite smart, have a little think, and have a little think and give their heads a little wobble. That's what I would say. And for the Liverpool game, and for the Man City game, don't forget that. True, and Leicester. Haaland is not necessary when you have a mesmerising talent such as Martial and Greenwood, and young boys, Martial. Kenny, where do you think Man U will finish this season?
I'm gonna say fourth or third. That might sound deluded, please, because of Chelsea right now.
Do you think Ralph will win you a cup?
Listen, I can't say much yet because I can't judge him yet.
Answer the fucking question.
Champions League is coming to United. Okay.
Oh my days!
I said, can you win a cup? I didn't mean go and pick up the biggest cup and say, yeah, that's coming out. Absolutely.
I'm gonna push that until the end.
No, nice haircut, by the way. I like your cut. Hey, what? I've no idea. 20th place. Big up, cop. Big up. Yes, we will. Yeah, we are doing the 5 p.m. stream. We're going to do the players then. We're going to do the players. We're going to pick some interesting players from each team and grade them. A very similar stream, but this time players. Man U will win no cup at all. That's true. Well, and I'll probably get a panel for that one. For doing the players. Man U will win no cup at all. Champions League.
Winning Champions League. I'm gonna push that.
Yep. Catch in a bit, cop. Catch in a bit. He said Call of Duty and then said Tesco, so I don't know if he's going to go shoot up Tesco's or something. But cop, if you are about to shoot up a Tesco, please don't. It's Christmas Eve, man. Like Jesus, you can't go doing that. Oh, he says I've got to go duty calls at Tesco's. I work at Tesco. Well, just don't shoot up. Plymouth versus Man U quarter-final of the FA Cup. That would be amazing. And I think fourth with Ronaldo. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, Kenny, is there anyone that is outrageous in where they've been placed? Just quickly.
I think Smith should go one place forward. I
agree. He should go one place higher.
No,
unlocking Brandon Williams like that gets a B. No, I'm joking.
No. I think he's a D because in my criteria, any manager who gets sacked is automatically a D or below and also.
He got sacked and then picked up a job literally days later. Like he's still a good manager, man. He's still a good manager. Yeah, I hear that, but the way he's actually transformed Norwich, I think that's amazing. For me, he's transformed them. And is it weird to know that United's best wing back is actually currently out on loan to Norwich? Like the madness. But Tyler, is there anyone there that has just outrageously been placed? Like, is there anyone that you just think, oh my lord, what are they doing there? Like, anyone outrageous?
No, I wouldn't say outrageously. I mean, there's some. I don't know actually. Now I think it's all right now.
Yeah, I think that as well. I think it's starting to look decent.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah,
It's okay.
Ollie should be in there.
Oh, okay. What you want Ollie there?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, he donated Liverpool 5 million. He masterminded.
I suppose we got to rank them in order now. I'm going to put Arteta down, Bruno down there, Patrick there. I think would that be a fair? So Conte actually.
Or maybe put Vieira instead of Arteta, above Arteta.
What, like that?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Then I would put Stevie G there, and then have Pep, Stevie G, and Thomas Frank. For C, I would put Tuchel, Graham Potter, Ralph, Claudio, Dean Smith above Rafa. Yeah, that's how I would do it there. Any changes? Yeah?
No.
Then I'll put Ralph there. Brendan moves up one. Ziska moves up one. And then Eddie Howe moves there.
Yeah.
And then for the bottom one, I'd put Stevie Brucey Ball in first. Probably keep it like that. I'll probably keep it like that in terms of the bottom four. Stevie Bruce with Ollie second, Nuno third, and Daniel Farke fourth. I think when you start conceding 20 plus goals in just like 10 games, I think that's a joke from Daniel Farke. And Nuno never really got Spurs going, did he? And Ollie, yeah, less said about Ollie, and Steve Bruce probably the most unlucky to lose their job. But guys, we have come to the end of the stream. There will be back at 5 p.m. for another little bit of fun. Another little bit of fun. Go do players. Go get a panel for that one, I think. So you never know. If I approach you in your DMs, you never know. You never know. Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. We love you. We love you. We love you. I don't know why Dylan is saying that, but I have no idea. Maybe he gets sexually attracted to Crystal Palace. You just don't know, really. But yes, before you go, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check out our socials. Twitter, Let's Talk EPL, Instagram, Let's Talk EPL _, and on TikTok, Let's Talk Premier League. Tyler, where can they find you, mate?
T-Boys TV, literally there, as you can see. I should be doing another stream on my channel today, around about 6:30. Premier League predictions as well as review. So, yeah, if you want to come onto that, feel free.
Make sure you check that out, guys. Make sure. Kenny, where can they find you, mate?
I'm Kenny V210 on Twitter, Kenny TV on YouTube, and Kenny United fan on Twitch.
Perfect. But yeah, until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out. Bye-bye.